Hi student, myself Athanu Chatterjee, Assistant Professor, Bengal School of Technology. Today we'll discuss aromaticity. This is in organic chemistry syllabus and this is for third semester B Form. We'll start our discussion from the definition of aromaticity. This is also known as Huckel's rule or 4n+2 rule. So if we look into the definition, this is from the experimental standpoint, aromatic compounds are compounds whose molecular formulas would lead us to expect a high degree of unsaturation and yet which are resistant to the additional reactions, generally characteristic of unsaturated compounds. Instead, they undergo electrophilic substitution reactions. It is also observed that they produce low heat of hydrogenation and low heats of combustion. This characteristic behavior is called aromatic character or aromaticity. So from that definition, what we can understand that those compounds having unsaturation, that means double or triple bond, but they are not attending addition reaction. Instead, they are more comfortable in attending reactions like electrophilic substitution reaction, and their heat of hydrogenation is low, and as well as their heat of combustion is also low. So those type of characteristic, if possessed by a particular compound, then this is called aromatic compound, and the phenomena is known as aromaticity. Aromaticity is in fact a property of the sp2 hybridized planar rings in which the p orbitals, one each atom, allow cyclic delocalization of pi electrons. That means each of the atom in an aromatic compound partially delocalized. Delocalized means they are partially overlapped with each other and form the partial delocalization and aromaticity, which actually provides extra amount of stability to the structure. Next is the criteria for aromaticity. This is also known as Huckel's rule. The first criteria, an aromatic compound is cyclic and planar. Second criteria, each atom in the aromatic ring has p orbital. These p orbitals must be parallel so that a continuous overlap is possible around the ring. This is known as delocalization of p orbital. And the third one is the cyclic pi molecular orbital electron cloud formed by overlap of p orbitals must contain 4n+2 pi electrons where n is integer. This is known as Huckel's rule. So if we summarize, the 3 points are basically: first, the structure must be cyclic and planar. Second, overlapping of p orbital, partial overlapping of p orbital, that means the delocalization must be there, and the number of pi electrons must be 4n+2 where n is integer. So those are the criteria of aromaticity. Now we'll consider few compounds and we'll check whether they are aromatic or not. The first one is benzene. So if we consider benzene, it is, from its structure we can see that it's cyclic and planar. 6 pi electrons are there. So if 6 pi electrons are there, that means 4n+2 is equal to 6. That means n is equal to 1. So it's integer. The value of n is integer. Hence, benzene is aromatic in nature. The next structure is of cycloheptatriene. Cycloheptatriene means it's a 7-membered ring having 3 double bonds. That means the number of pi electron is 6 here. So the value of N is 1, which is integer. It's cyclic and planar. But the problem is one of the carbon is saturated and do not possess a p orbital. Hence, continuous overlap is not possible. So, it is non-aromatic in nature. Our next structure is cyclooctatetraene. If we consider the structure of cyclooctatetraene, it's a cyclic structure, unsaturated. The number of pi electrons are 8. So the value of N is 1.5. That means it's not integer, and its structure is also non-planar and tub-shaped structure. So this compound is basically non-aromatic compound. Now we can consider a fused ring structure. Naphthalene is a fused ring structure. It's a cyclic and planar structure, and number of pi electrons are 10. That means 4n plus 2 is equal to 10. N is equal to 2. That means integer. So it's basically an aromatic compound. Naphthalene is an aromatic compound. Our next structure, pyrrole, is also having a cyclic structure. It is basically heterocyclic compound. Heterocyclic means it is having cyclic structure with one hetero atom present in the ring, and most preferentially nitrogen, sulfur or oxygen. In this case, nitrogen is present. So it's cyclic and planar and having 6 pi electrons. 6 pi electrons, 4 from carbon and 2 from nitrogen. So nitrogen is contributing a lone pair to the aromatic ring. So ultimately pyrrole is having 6 electrons in its aromatic ring, and because of this 6 pi electrons, the value of N is 1, which is integer. That means pyrrole is aromatic in nature. Similar to pyrrole, furan and thiophane is also heterocyclic in nature, and they are having 5-membered ring. In furan, oxygen is present, and in thiophane, sulfur is present. Now they are cyclic, planar. There are, in both of the cases, 6 pi electrons, because oxygen and sulfur will contribute one lone pair to the aromatic ring, and ultimately will get 6 number of pi electrons. That means the value of N in case of thiophane as well as in case of furan is 1. That means integer. So it's cyclic planar structure, and the value of N is integer. So it's basically an aromatic compound. Furan and thiophane, both of the compounds are heterocyclic, 5-membered ring compound, and as well as they are having aromatic characteristics. Our next compound, pyridine, differs from pyrrole in one respect, that is it is having a 6-membered ring, whereas pyrrole consists of 5-membered ring. Both are having nitrogen as heteroatom. Now in case of pyridine, it is cyclic and planar. 6 pi electrons are present, 5 contributed by carbon and 1 contributed by nitrogen. So the value of N in case of pyridine is 1. That means it is also aromatic in nature. The last compound for today's discussion is anthracene. Anthracene is also a fused ring compound. It is having 3 rings in its structure. It's cyclic, planar, having 7 double bonds. That means 14 pi electrons are present in the structure. So the value of N is 3, which is integer. That means this is also aromatic in nature. So students, this is the end of today's discussion. We in this lecture mainly discussed about the definition of aromaticity, criteria of aromaticity, and after that we have checked various compounds, and by applying Huckel's rule we define them as aromatic or non-aromatic compounds. Thank you all.